Assalamualaikum guys. My name is Muhammad Alimin Farihin Abdul Rahman. I am from the Banking Islamic Faculty. Islamic Banking Faculty, and the only male in this group. So I said right, I'm the only male in this group. But it's okay, let's proceed. So the company that we've been choose as our assignment is Co-OpBank Pertama Malaysia Berhad. Or I said it, Co-OpBank. So what is the Co-OpBank actually? So Co-OpBank is the cooperative organizational established under the Cooperative Act 1993. Yeah, I know when we talk about the history, it just quite a little bit boring, but it's okay, it's just a little bit. After this, we go to the issue, okay? So, and it registered in 7 June 1950 with its original name is the Provision Wesley Cooperative Banking Union Limited. Panjang kan? I know it's quite a long name. I repeat it again. The Prohibition Wesley Cooperative Banking Union Limited. And then at 29 April 2018, the name changed to the Koperasi Co-OpBank Pertama Malaysia Berhad. That is what is the Co-OpBank Pertama. Next, we go to the Ar-Rahnu. So what is Ar-Rahnu? Ar-Rahnu is not the new thing. If someone said Ar-Rahnu is the new, you can take his brain and take out his brain and say to his brain, Ar-Rahnu already in Rasulullah SAW era, our prophet era. So what is the new? There is no new in the Ar-Rahnu product. Ar-Rahnu is already in Rasulullah era. But in Malaysia, the first Ar-Rahnu product was established by the Terengganu MGIT at 1992. I'm born at 1998. So the first established was 1992.
So, what is Ar-Rahnu? Let's watch the video.
Many Ar-Rahnu elements found in the Co-OpBank Pertama, but I will mention only 3 of them. First, what is a person's eligibility to pawn? It's open to all Malaysian citizens and non-citizens, not less than 18 years old and above, reasonable and not addicted to drugs, and not bankrupt. The second element is, can payment be made in installments? Yes, of course, payment can be made in installments until complete. Third, can redemption be made through a representative? Yes, a letter of representative must be brought during the redemption process, which states the agreement of pawnbroker and the representative and has the signatures of both parties. There is evidence about Ar-Rahnu. First from Quran, which is in the surah Al-Baqarah. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Wa in kuntum ala safarin wa lam tajidu katiban farihanun maqbuta. And if you are on a journey and cannot find a scribe, then a security deposit should be taken. Verse of the Quran above refers to the idea of pawning as mortgage with possession. The Quran also supports the idea of furnishing a pledge against a debt. Next is evidence from Hadith. The history of mortgage has been since the time of Prophet Muhammad. From Aisha that Prophet Muhammad bought some foodstuff from a Jew and mortgaged his armor to him. Other than that, from Anas says that Prophet Muhammad mortgaged his armor to a Jew in Medina and bought barley bread from the Jew for his family. Lastly, in the saying of the Prophet, the soul of a believer is marhuna or pledge for the debt until it is paid off. And the last evidence of Ar-Rahnu is from Ijma. Muslim jurists unanimously agreed on the legitimacy of the Ar-Rahnu contract. This is the modus operandi of Ar-Rahnu. First, the customer approached Co-OpBank Pertama with a valuable item for its safekeeping and to provide it as a collateral, which is jewelry worth 10,000 for financing. Second, Co-OpBank Pertama accepts the pledged asset and grants an interest-free loan to the customer, which is 8,000. Third, the customer pays a custodian fee for the service rendered in safekeeping the asset. Last, if the customer fails to repay the debt, the pawned asset will be sold and any surplus will be returned to the customer.
Next, what is the differentiation between the Islamic Ar-Rahnu product and conventional pawning? Let's go.
Firstly, for the operator, Ar-Rahnu are cooperative, Yapim as state government agency, while the conventional pawning are individual basis. Secondly, charges. For the Ar-Rahnu product is monthly safekeeping charges and no interest charges, and also more cheaper as to compare to conventional pawning, because conventional pawning have interest and more expensive as compared to Ar-Rahnu product. Thirdly, the insurance. For conventional pawning, your item is not being covered if let's say your item is lost or damaged or whatnot. So your item only be refund only 25%, or the compensation only 25% only from the total of your asset. While the Ar-Rahnu product, there is no worry, because if your item is lost or damaged or whatnot, it's only totally covered by the takaful coverage, no worry. And lastly, for the item, in Ar-Rahnu product, only pure gold accepted. Is no pure gold, cannot be accepted, easy. While the conventional pawning, anything that valuable can be accepted. That is for conventional pawning.
Okay guys, now we go to the first issue regarding the Ar-Rahnu product and Co-OpBank Pertama. Okay, firstly, the first issue is Co-OpBank Pertama are not follow the Sharia Advisory Council SAC. So when I recorded this video, I still cannot find that the Co-OpBank Pertama follow the new regulation of the Ar-Rahnu product in 194 and 195 meeting of the SAC. So the Co-OpBank still using the Qadrul Hasan as their base Sharia and not using the Tawaru as stated by the Sharia Advisory Council. The rules stated that combination of Qadrul Hasan, Ar-Rahnu, pledge, wadi'ah, Damanah, safekeeping and ujrah does not fulfill the Sharia requirement. In Ar-Rahnu policy document do the following. Firstly, the interconditionality and the interdependency between the loan and contract are the element of pledge, safekeeping and fee. In the product structure give the rest of issue of Qadrul Jar'a Naf'an. What does that mean? A loan that benefit the lender and by was salaf. Combination of the sale contract with the loan, which is prohibition in Sharia. We can say that there is cannot 2 in 1. There is not the Milo 3 in 1. There is cannot 2 contract in the one transaction. That is not follow the Sharia. It's prohibition in Sharia. So the tell more. The combination between the pledge and the loan contract in the Ar-Rahnu structure for the purpose profit generation is not linked with the objective of the both contract. So the SAC, not sex, okay? So I'm not sorry. I'm not sex. In the Sharia Advisory Council SAC. So I say SAC. SAC say IFI, which is the bank institution, are temporarily allowed to apply the view of their respective Sharia committee on the Ar-Rahnu product structure up to the data of the SSC ruling come into the effect. So the bank Pertama right now, I think the bank Pertama right now are not follow the Sharia law and still using the Qadrul Hasan loan as their base Sharia Ar-Rahnu product, and they have their own reason. The reason that I've been searched and found is they want to maximize the profit and boost their product before enter the new rules, the new rulings. Right now, Ar-Rahnu in Co-OpBank Pertama only contribute 2 to 3% only from the total profit of their bank. So that is why they want to use the old regulation instead of apply the new rule to boost their salary first, to boost their profit first. Okay, that is the first issue about Ar-Rahnu product in Co-OpBank Pertama.
My name is Nur Izzati binti Nur Azlan. Another issue that involves Ar-Rahnu is riba. Co-OpBank Pertama states that the Ar-Rahnu services are free from riba. The elements of riba and gharar must be eliminated within the Ar-Rahnu system, and this is being stressed by some scholars that it should be prohibited. The main purpose behind this strict requirement is to eliminate the element of gharar or uncertainty. Riba, however, is described as a fixed surplus and above the loan obtained conditionally by the borrower in relation to a stated duration. This has been clarified in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 278 and 279. It stated, "O those who believe, fear Allah and give up what still remains of the riba if you are believers. But if you do not do so, then be warned of war from Allah and His Messenger. If you repent even now, you have the right of the return of your capital. Neither will you do wrong or you will be wrong." These verses specifically show that the word riba means any excess payment that is beyond due regard over and above the principal. The table shows the safekeeping rate charged by the Co-OpBank Pertama. It can be noted that the safekeeping rate differs according to the value of the pledged collateral item. Besides that, the safekeeping charges are imposed based on the collateral item's value and not based on the loan amount. The difference between Ar-Rahnu and conventional pawn is the fees charge. Therefore, customers prefer Ar-Rahnu than conventional pawn because it provides fast, hassle-free and riba-free.
Hi, I'm Sharifah Nufakira binti Nizam. As for my issue, I have chose CBP plan to outline until 2025. So, what is it? Let's proceed with the first point. Okay, CBP, or well known as Co-OpBank Pertama, has continued to strengthen its business, which is Ar-Rahnu, in order to implementation of the CBP business strategy plan. Secondly, the amount has doubled, which is recorded for every year, and thus it will give a clear signal regarding the broad market potential for Ar-Rahnu concept financing. And thirdly is CBP has drafted the long term, which is strategy plan until 2025. And the fourth is it covers the opening of special branches for Ar-Rahnu so that promotion and access could go more effectively for every year. Next point, CBP has planned to create Ar-Rahnu sub-product by categorizing their customers accordingly to their background based on risk profile, which means CBP want to check it first, their customers, whether their customers has free tab or not. So after that, they will proceed with the Ar-Rahnu. Okay, next, CBP want to give their customers an advantage as well as to minimize their risk profile, and this will lead to the 26 branches of CBP and the upcoming 2 new branches that will open in Manjung Perak and also Tawau Sabah. Okay, the 7th point is during the first 7 months, RM 166 billion of marhun was recorded, equivalent to the value recorded for the last year. Okay, as for the 8th point, Ar-Rahnu business recorded a marhun value of more than 40 million compared to the previous year, and this showed that it was influenced by the COVID-19 crisis trend, which is currently happened in our country, and this is quite high and has never been recorded due to the CBP craft, and it showed a positive development of the Ar-Rahnu itself in the CBP, and it indirectly contributed to the company's ability to reach their own assets, which is RM 4.7 billion in the half year compared to the another year, which is RM 1.4 billion in the last 2004. And this will lead the Ar-Rahnu in the CBP itself to plan their issue, which is to plan outline until 2025. The last but not least, which is number 11, CBP was planned to reach their asset until RM 5.2 billion in order to reach their targeted, which is not more than 30% per year.
So, for the recommendation about the issue Ar-Rahnu Co-OpBank Pertama not follow the SAC ruling. So, in my opinion, the Co-OpBank Pertama should follow the Sharia SAC, Sharia Advisory Council. This is because the Sharia Advisory Council are more expert in this matter and the product to make the product more purification and to protect the masalah from any problem that can be occurred in the future. Okay, so this is also to make that the profit of the co-op bank gain from the product services are more purified from the prohibition product. Next, the co-op bank needs to take Yapim as their role model. Why? This is because Yapim are more expert when we talk about the Ar-Rahnu product and use the Tawaru, apply the new ruling as their base Sharia at the Ar-Rahnu contract.
I would like to recommend that Co-OpBank Pertama can minimize their withdrawal fee based on Sharia guideline. Supposedly, the requirement that the bank had imposed should be well matched with the rate of withdrawal fee. As we can see, if a head-to-head comparison to the other financing product, Ar-Rahnu is the only product that requires the collateral, and yet the rate is much higher than the others. The solution could be made is to adjust the rate by increasing the maximum amount of loan and extending the period of repayment. This probably could be done by offering various options of Ar-Rahnu categories, as what the product of financing has done. For instance, Ar-Rahnu-based products may offer different categories of rate, loan amount, and period for different purposes. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, now we have come out to the recommendation, and as for my recommendation, after I go through this issue, I think CBP has a good targeted, which is to plan outline until 2025 due to the COVID-19, which is currently happening in our country, and this will lead to the increasement of our development Ar-Rahnu itself in CBP. And of course, because of their Sharia compliant, will make the customers to get attached more to the CBP of Ar-Rahnu itself.